Yo, YouTube, what's cracking like a jacket smacking? It's Wolfman for video, and you know what time of the year it is. It's NBA playoff time, and the first day of the playoffs have already been finished. Now we're on to the second game. Currently, right now, it's the Mavs versus the Spurs, and at the time of this video is uploaded, it won't be that time, but right now I'm watching the Mavs and the Spurs, and I'm watching the Mavs choke the lead right now. So yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys my predictions, quick predictions, nothing too fancy, nothing too glamorous, too decorative, but some simple predictions that maybe you'd like to hear from me. So yesterday we had the Hawks winning, the Nets winning, the Warriors winning, and the Thunder winning. So let's start off with Nets and the Raptors. Now the Raptors have home court advantage, but the Raptors don't really have any big time players on their team. I mean, Kyle Lowry is a great player. DeMar DeRozan is a great player. Even though he had a really bad game yesterday, Brooklyn really did a good job of limiting DeMar DeRozan. So in this series, I have the Nets winning, and Paul Pierce really did come out clutch yesterday in the last few minutes, especially when he screamed out why I was there. I mean, come on. He wasn't doing that good at first, but then in the clutch moments, he starts to step his game up, knock down some good clutch buckets to seal the deal. So I have the Nets winning. Warriors versus Clippers. That was the next game on. Now, I want the Clippers to win only because I don't like the Warriors that much, but the Warriors and the Clippers, this is going to be one of the best matchups, I think, in the whole entire first round of the playoffs. So that matchup right there, Chris Paul versus Curry, Blake Griffin versus David Lee, and it was a crazy game yesterday. I mean, JJ Redick was going in at it. He was shooting lights out. Then you had Curry, you had Chris Paul, but then the foul trouble with Andre Iguodala and Blake Griffin, man, that really took the game out, and that really was critical for the Clippers because, Chris Paul goes to the bench, and even though they have Darren Collison and Jamal Crawford out there, playoff basketball, the defense gets tighter, and, the Clippers had a chance to win the game. I mean, it was a tie game, but it just didn't go their way. So in this series, you know what? I still have the Clippers winning this series, even though they're down 1-0. I believe in Doc Rivers, and I believe he'll turn this series around. So let's talk about the next matchup, which was the Hawks and the Indiana Pacers. Like, in my opinion, I said before, Pacers are just discombobulated. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They're out of control. So I have to, if the Pacers lose the next game, then I have the Hawks winning the series. But if the Pacers win the next game, then I think the Pacers will find a way to win the series. Because, they lost one game at home. That was a bad road, it was a bad home game. And pretty surprised since they actually almost got blown out. They were getting blown out. So to see the Pacers break down like that, I'm not surprised because the Pacers were being broken down before. And, how they finished the season was really rough. So the only reason I want the Hawks to win is, one, because I hate the Pacers, and two, because I can't believe that the Knicks could have faced the Pacers and got that revenge because the Pacers were playing pretty badly towards the end of the season. And Thunder versus Grizzlies, I'm just going to go with the OKC Thunder. I mean, they're too good. Kevin Durant. The Grizzlies don't have enough, in my opinion. They have Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, and Michael Conley, but, it's not that much. And Tayshaun Prince has an illness, so we'll see about that. So I have the Thunder winning, and today's matchups, which have Spurs and the Mavs. Unfortunately, even though I don't like the Spurs that much, I'm gonna have to take the Spurs. The Spurs are gonna win against the Mavs. I mean, they're just too experienced, too good, too many people on their team that know the play. They have great teamwork. I mean, Greg Popovich knows what he's doing. And Miami Heat versus Charlotte Bobcats. Now, Charlotte Bobcats are a nice team. I like the Charlotte Bobcats a lot. Al Jefferson, Kemba Walker. I think they can play a good gritty game against the Miami Heat. I mean, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist might be able to get some defensive stops on LeBron James. Maybe, just maybe. But, I still have LeBron James and company beating the Charlotte Bobcats. I mean, Wade, if Wade is healthy, it's going to be no problem for them. I still think the Bobcats could win a couple games. Maybe they could win 1 or 2 games. Maybe they could make it a series. Maybe it might not be an easy sweep like last year for the Miami Heat. So the next matchup Washington and Chicago. I have Chicago winning because they play hard, tough defense in the playoffs. And I don't know, the Wizards, they haven't been in the playoffs in a while, so it's going to be interesting. I think this is John Wall's first year in the playoffs, so they don't really have that much experience on the team compared to the Bulls. Bulls have some veterans on the team. They have Kirk Heinrich, Joakim Noah, and a bunch of other guys, so I have the Bulls winning. And finally, Portland versus Rockets. I think this is going to be a great matchup as well. We have James Harden and Dwight Howard. You know, Dwight Howard making his first appearance in the playoffs since not being on the Lakers. And we have the Portland Trailblazers with Damian Lillard and LaMarcus Aldridge finally being in the playoffs. So I have this is tough because James Harden is a great player and so is Damian Lillard. But then it really comes down to Dwight Howard and LaMarcus Aldridge and what they do. Because the Portland Trailblazers do have a great team. Thomas Robinson, Wesley Matthews, they have a great bench. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'm going to have to take the Portland Trailblazers. I feel like they're ready. They've been playing great all season. And I don't know, the Rockets might choke. You know, who knows what Dwight's going to do. But it all depends on Dwight. So anyways, YouTube, I'm out. And stay tuned for some playoff basketball on my channel too. Because we got My GM. I'm in the playoffs in My GM. And also, My Career playoff series will be starting soon. We're almost there. Just one more game left in this season and we're in the playoffs. So anyways, YouTube, hope you enjoyed the playoffs and I'm out. Peace.